lactose intolerant person ever.
BRB.
What was it? You know, mini M&Ms are stupid.
But what else would you put on ice cream? Besides literally any other topping?
Regular size M&Ms. Because they're already small. I don't know. I've never had a problem with a regular size M&M.
Okay.
I mean, I used to work at McDonald's where we had the McFlurries, and I'm pretty sure those were regular size M&Ms.
I'm back, by the way.
Do you?
I don't think about it.
Do you have a strong opinion on mini M&Ms? Crazy.
I like them because then I can eat more of them at once.
Hmm. Yeah, I just eat a handful one way or the other.
I do actually kind of think they taste different than full-size M&Ms, though.
They do.
Okay.
I technically shouldn't eat either of them. Yay!
I
But
mean,
such as that.
I mean, me either, but it's
technically none of us should. Nothing but sugar.
I more so meant the chocolate allergy, but yeah.
Child, you poor child. I pity you. I would bear your burden if I could, if only for a day, so you can enjoy chocolate.
It's been great because, like, with all of the, I'm one of those people where it's, yeah, my throat itches, but what am I gonna do? Avoid chocolate, right? But you know how they've been messing with the chocolate recipe lately, and it's been like more palm oil versus chocolate. I can tell the difference because when it's the too much palm oil versus the regular original recipe, I don't have the same reaction. But it tastes disgusting, so it doesn't matter either way.
Which reaction would you rather have, the itchy throat or the bleh face?
Exactly, right? Like, I don't know. It's like, there's no winning.
exactly.
I'll suffer the itchy throat. Just give me something that tastes good.
Alright, well, I pinned in our Twitch chat, do mini M&Ms taste different than regular M&Ms, so...
It's very important. We must know. Tell us your thoughts.
Oh. Go. Did not mean for that to happen. Sorry.
How dare you?
Just trying to get everything pulled up here. Live. That one is live now. Okay. Alright, are we ready to start?
Sure.
Okay. Hello everybody, welcome to a Snug podcast. We have serious questions to ask. But first, I'm never separate. With me is Gwen the Bard. How are you?
I am home. I am in the Snugpod. I am physically in the Snugpod. Sorry, let me come downstairs. I was putting some relics on the shelf. Yeah, hi. I am actually in the Snugpod. It's been a while.
You made it.
How are you?
Oh, I am disappointed. But we'll get to that in a moment. Gone crazy back soon.
Are you disappointed in me? That's how that felt. I'm disappointed. We'll get to that in a minute. Gone crazy back soon.
Well,
I'm sorry. What did I do?
We apparently do have a difference of opinion here. So
About mini M&Ms?
wow, don't bury the lead here. You know. How are you?
I'm good. I think.
Awesome. Yes, we asked in chat, do mini M&Ms taste different than regular M&Ms? I am disappointed because I grabbed a little snack pack of M&Ms, but they're mini M&Ms, and I want full-size M&Ms. So if I eat them one at a time, I feel like I'm actually eating something as opposed to chewing on air.
But it's chocolate air.
It's delicious.
It really is, though.
You know, speaking of air, do y'all remember those Dorito 3Ds they had years ago?
Heck yeah! And the commercial where they'd like throw them at people's faces like ninja stars, and they would go. Darn right.
I am apparently not that old.
We're not that old either.
I just showed my age.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I always thought when I ate those things when I was younger. It's like, I feel like I'm biting into air because it's like you crunch and then there's just nothing there. It's like this is literally the chipification of a bag of chip bag.
Sounds amazing.
Anyway.
I liked them because then I could eat the whole bag and not feel bad. Anyway, moving on.
Because most of the chip was just air.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, that's not why we're here. So y'all don't have to worry. The whole show is not dedicated to chips tonight, or M&Ms, or M&M chips. I don't know, but we do want to have talk. We do have some ESO to talk about. I don't know what I was about to say. I think I just had a mini stroke or something.
Are you all right? We do have talk ESO.
we do have talk.
You know, as podcasters, we do have talk.
We do. That's about all we got sometimes, but that's okay. Anyway, I'll start tonight. I've been working on the Sheogorath quest a bit. I also have been working on, off and on, trying to finish up my thief build. I don't think I've finished that quite yet, although for purposes of what I wanted to do, it pretty well is there, but and apparently battling some sort of weird ping drift issue. And not really sure what's going on, but that's not really all that interesting to talk about, other than that's just the thing I noticed. But the Sheogorath quest has been interesting. We're going to talk more about that and our thoughts on it. I think next week is the plan, once everybody's had a chance to finish it and do all the pursuits and whatnot. I haven't quite got it done, but I hear I'm fairly close. But I do have some thoughts, and I think y'all will as well. So, Crazy, what have you been up to?
Oh man. Well, I have been. Well, last week we didn't do a show. I had a crazy week. I was kind of in recovery from GCX. I didn't really feel super great. Then I was playing catch up with real life. Work's been crazy. I completed the Sheo stuff on PC. And then I've been working on it over here on PlayStation. I'm probably like halfway through, I'd say. I also spent some of my time this week actually over on PTS, testing the High Seas event, and also testing the rumors stuff. Both of those were great for different reasons. No spoilers, not going to say anything because that's, of course, PTS content. But I did quite enjoy some of the visuals and stuff. Rumors are cool. However, I think some people might find it perhaps difficult, but I think it's intended to be that way. So, yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. I've been helping squash bugs as much as I can, which is why I hadn't finished the Sheogorath stuff and the Golden Pursuit stuff yet on PlayStation, but real close, real close. So, I think that's pretty much it for me. Oh, I got into Archive again a little bit. I ran a couple Archive loops, and yeah, I think that's it. How about you, Gwen?
Well, I helped a lactose intolerant fellow mortal around Tamriel. Much fun was had. Lazy Rick Crafter works again, so I will be online much more often. You know, it helps I'm actually home with my PlayStation again, as opposed to literally everywhere else in the world. But Lazy Rick Crafter works again, so now I have incentive. And then I was not here last week because I was in a car with 3 other people on the way back from Gen Con, which Gen Con was fun. It was fun. It was full of shenanigans. A lot of weird things happened. It was nice. I went on an unexpected journey and got some shiny things that aren't really my thing, but you know what? I made a cute little ornament and I got an adorable little tote bag, so whatever.
I heard it was so magical that it rained indoors.
It did. And during the... Okay, so do we want to touch on that?
That's on you. If you experienced it and you want to, you can. If you don't want to, hey everybody, go look up Gen Con 2026. You'll find it. Don't worry.
I feel like I need to
Gen
do
Con
this.
2026. It was fine until it wasn't, and it was fine for everyone unless you were affected by the things. But not many people were actually affected by the weird weather. We were all, however, very much so annoyed by the talking lady who wouldn't stop talking every 5 to 15 seconds because of a tornado warning, and we all had to stay indoors. And so I was just sitting painting a miniature during the tornado warning. That was the most annoying thing I had to deal with. I was fine. I was safe. Everyone I knew was fine and safe. Some people had problems. If you're curious about that, go look it up. But for the most part, unless you were affected by it, it was fine. It was fine. It was just normal convention. But I say unexpected Germany because I ended up doing the Hobbit quest line for magic cards, which, if you know me, you'll know that's hilarious because you know that I hate magic. I don't like card games, besides Tales of Tribute. I really don't. I'm not a fan of card games. But I was determined to be completely unbothered during Gen Con while everyone else was doing a lot of things. And so I decided that I would go on a scavenger hunt, you know, with everything after GCX and setting up a scavenger hunt. I wanted to, you know, just experience one. It felt like the right thing to do. And I succeeded, and I got the shinies, and so now I have Hobbit cards. They're cute. I'm never going to use them. Other than that, it was pretty fun. There was literally no Elder Scrolls anything. Chip Theory was there and stuff, but there wasn't a playtest or anything, or any additions for any of that. And there were some Skyrim RPs, but they literally sold out seconds for those tickets. So there was no Elder Scrolls things, so I don't really have much to report on. I just had a fun weekend while the other people in my party actually had stuff they had to worry about, and I didn't. It was a great time. My one relaxing weekend of the month. But yeah, we're here now, and I'm back in game, and the Snugpod's finally getting done, and my writs are finally getting done. And Vengeance! I did do some not Vengeance. I did do some of the veterancy stuff. There we go. This is how my thought process was working. It's been a while since I've been in game, so I gotta actually remember all this. Thank you for bearing with me. I did do some of the veterancy stuff, as in I have earned veterancy rewards while being dragged around Cyrodiil. And so far my thought is it is completely irrelevant, and we'll see if that continues the more I get dragged around Cyrodiil. But there we go, I think we're caught up.
Awesome. So...
That was a lot.
I know.
So you've both been traveling, one in car and one on the high seas.
Yes.
But
That's all.
did you get the war mount? Like you made it sound
Oh.
like you were gonna set it up for something like that.
Nope.
No, okay.
No, but guess who's gonna get the warm out right now?
You.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about that,
Hmm.
if you've ever wanted to travel around with three of your friends, there's a big giant mount you can go get now that does that. Do your
Look at this
companions ride that mount
majestic
with you?
beauty. They sure do.
Okay.
Oh man, it's so big that when you go to preview it in the house, it puts me in the wall.
Yeah.
Tamriel taxi
See it.
service coming
I
to
can't
a
see it.
console near you.
5,500 crowns. Oh,
can
it
start.
hurts. That's fine.
So we're gonna start seeing in-game chat popping up for taxi services to way shrines that can take up to 3 people, and you pay gold, and somebody just taxis you around a zone to get all the way shrines.
Lore tour, baby.
There you go. All right. Well, we do have news. There's been a little bit, so we'll talk about it.
A
Did you want to cover anything else on the PTS stuff? I'm just reading the note you put with that.
Let me look here. Oh, one thing that I do want to mention, because maybe it will give some people some hope, that's coming. I did not actually mess with it thus far, but PTS, here's what I'll say. I highly encourage you, if you have access to PTS, to go and test stuff to help them out, because obviously now they are at a reduced number of people, which means that they need stuff reported quicker, right? So that they can get to it. At least that's how I feel. So, one of the things that has been a long requested item, but that I think they're looking for feedback on, is they have video effects intensity stuff that they're testing. So you can actually reduce or increase the glow factor of certain elements. You can do it with friendly enemy stuff, or sorry, friendly visual effects. You can
I
do it
love
with
a
some of
good
your
friendly
own
enemy.
personal, right? A good frenemy. You can do it with your own visual effects on things. And the cool thing is it's split out. It's not like an all or nothing thing. So they are looking for feedback on each individual VFX thing for that. There's also a customizable HUD option that's a beta that's available for testing. It does not work, sadly, with gamepad thus far. So I haven't really messed with it too much, but what I can say is it looks pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. And those are realistically the only things that I have actually had time to look at. There is quite a lot more that's going active. They're rotating through the PTS, like weeks 1 and 4 and 2 and 3, all of that stuff. There's going to be different things that they're testing. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that I got into the High Seas event because I really want that to be successful. And I wanted to make sure that the nice thing about doing stuff on PTS is, on one hand, I'm sad that there's not a lot of people doing stuff sometimes, but on the other hand, it makes it really nice if there's not a lot of people doing things sometimes, because then I don't have to worry about people's ally effects and all sorts of things interfering with me listening to dialogue. So, yeah. That's it.
Haven't they recently announced a change to the timing for PTS? Like how long it's going to run, or?
They pushed it back. So this PTS was supposed to be due like 2 weeks ago. So they had actually pushed everything back. We'll get into that actually when we get into the August. I think Nick's letter in the August survival guide mentions some of that stuff. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. Maybe it's not in there, but yeah, the PTS cycle adjusted, but it adjusted due to timing and the seasonal change timing that's coming. Due to, obviously, like I said, Studio now has a smaller amount of devs and things like that currently. So they're having to adjust some of the timelines for things. But they're doing it for good reason, and we'll get more into that in a little bit.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, then. Well, I guess we can just kick off with this here. Wow. So it just occurred to me.
That I'm the same age as Bethesda? No, I'm just kidding.
We're older, kid.
I'm not. I mean, I am, but only by a couple months.
Well, I am for sure.
Yeah, you are for sure. I'm a little older.
Wow, I feel young. Anyway, no, it's fine.
Gwen's the baby of the bunch. Actually, I think that might have been Sasquatch, right? When he, I think he was our young one. Not
Maybe?
mistaken.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Either way, he's not here, so Gwen, you're the baby. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about turning 40, I guess. Celebrate Bethesda's 40th with a free reward and sale. Bethesda Softworks is turning 40, and we're celebrating with a new sale and a code for free trade bars. Happy birthday to Bethesda. Congratulations for 40 years of developing and publishing amazing video games, including our beloved Elder Scrolls series. As part of the celebration, we invite all ESO players to redeem a unique limited-time in-game code, Bethesda40. To claim this reward, redeem the code via your ESO account page or via the Redeem Reward Code in-game option within the Crown Store before August 12th, 2026. So you got a few more days on that. Note that there is a limit of 1 redemption per account, and total redemptions are limited. Once redeemed, you will be awarded a whopping 2,000 trade bars, allowing you to pick from a host of rewards in Season 1's Gold Coast Bazaar. That's enough trade bars to acquire items like the Alchemy House Guest or the Ascendant Lord statue furnishing, so don't miss out. In addition to the reward code, both the Elder Scrolls Online Standard and Deluxe editions are now on sale for select platforms. If you've yet to explore Tamriel's Second Era, you can acquire the Standard Edition at up to 75% off. If you'd like to dive even deeper into the game's many worlds, you can pick up the Deluxe Edition at up to 50% off, PC platforms only instead. The Elder Scrolls Online Standard Edition offers the full ESO base game, which includes 5 of the game's classes: Sorcerer, Nightblade, Templar, Dragon Knight, and Warden, 27 unique zones to explore, and access to ESO's PvP game modes such as Battlegrounds and the Alliance War. The Elder Scrolls Online Deluxe Edition includes everything from the Standard Edition, as well as a collection of content from past chapters in the 2025 Content Pass, unlocking 10 years of great stories all at once. Platform sale information says, check out the dates listed below to know when the sale will be live on your platform of choice, including specific editions. So for Xbox, the Standard Edition runs July 30th through August 13th. PlayStation Store is July 27th through the 12th. The Steam Store has the Standard Edition and Deluxe Edition from July 30th to August 13th. The Elder Scrolls Online Store and the Epic Game Store, so all the PC stores, basically, July 30th through August 13th for both Standard and Deluxe Editions. Visit the Buy Now and select your edition and platform to get started. Don't forget, both the gift redemption window and the sale are available for a limited time only, so don't hesitate to log in and explore Tamriel with us as we celebrate Bethesda Softworks' incredible new milestone. Happy birthday, Bethesda.
They can officially read email.
They can. They can. So
Does that mean we're actually going to start getting updates faster?
Ouch! Ouch!
I was actually just going to say they have to start resolving those issues now, because whenever I send an email to them, they have to check it. So, yep.
Sorry, I channeled Never there for a second.
Yeah, wow, that was... Oof.
I appreciate it.
I'm feeling warm on the one side. I can feel a burn on the back. Jeez.
I appreciate it. I'm glad to know that I'm having a good positive effect on people. Yeah, so...
Well, we survived.
We did. Yeah, so log in and put in that code get you some trade bars. And
Speaking of surviving, though,
That I tried. I tried
I
to
know,
transition.
I know, I
My
know.
bad.
He didn't survive.
I wasn't looking at the art at the notes
It's
when you said it,
okay.
so
It's all right.
so
You know,
maybe
you're
I
old.
still
It went
love
over
you.
your head. It's okay.
I
Look,
Moving
still
on.
love you.
I'll
It's
make
okay.
I'll make it easier for you. Y'all survive, and I.
Oh my gosh, whatever.
In his defense, while he was reading that article, I did place the Blade of Woe in his chest for a little bit there.
Oh boy.
Is that what you were laughing at? I heard something.
Yes.
I heard someone chuckle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I was giggling about. Yes.
Okay, back to death I go.
Oh my gosh.
And I'll read the surviving article. There we go.
Okay.
ESO's August 2026 Survival Guide. Aromatic awards await as you quest with Sheogorath and complete activities this August. Golden Pursuits. Sheogorath takes a holiday. July 29th through August 12th. Sheogorath's own Golden Pursuits campaign continues. Complete Golden Pursuits activities primarily by playing the new Sheogorath questline to earn gold armor and a unique customized action themed after the Daedric Prince himself. Complete Uncle Sheo's quests to unlock new rewards. Bethesda's 40th anniversary reward. July 30th through August 13th. There's still time to claim the Bethesda 40th anniversary reward. Enter the code Bethesda40 to unlock 2,000 trade bars sent directly to your in-game mail. This code will only work during the promotion window, so don't hesitate to claim it ASAP. Bethesda 40th Anniversary Sale, July 30th through August 13th. If you're interested in taking your first steps into Tamriel's second era, or would like to upgrade your version of ESO, you can pick up the game on sale as part of Bethesda's birthday celebrations. Note that sale details will differ based on platform and product, so check out this article, linked here, for details. Update 51 on PTS1 Public Test Server, August 3rd. Help us test future Season 1 and Season 2 content on the PC Mac Public Test Server. Put new solo content and in-game events through their paces and look ahead at some of the adventures to come. White Strake's Mayhem Event, August 5th through the 12th. Clash with your fellow players in Cyrodiil, the Imperial City, and Battlegrounds to earn bonus Alliance points, experience points, and Telvar Stones fragments, and the Clovian War Tort recipe are also up for grabs. Go bring honor to the Star-Made Knight. Note that this event no longer grants trade bars. Deathmatch Battleground Spotlight, August 19th through the 26th. August PvP action continues deeper into the month with the Battleground Spotlight mini-event. Earn bonus XP and AP as your team goes straight for the kill in the Deathmatch game mode. In Golden Pursuits, straight to the crate, August 20th through September 17th. If you enjoy a cheeky crown crate or two, you'll love this new Straight to the Crate Golden Pursuits campaign. Complete a wide variety of activities, and you can earn up to 20 free crates by the campaign's end. Look for more info regarding the campaign when it kicks off on August 20th. Earn up to 20 crates. An August month. Whether you're escorting a Daedric Prince or battling your fellow players, this August brings a ton of new and ongoing reasons to log in and play. What are your plans for this month's time in Tamriel? How are you enjoying Season 1 thus far? Let us know.
Well, I think that some people are not playing PvP because they don't feel like there's a point, because there's no trade bars.
Yeah, and I know they put in the veterancy system thinking that would get people in, but really it's not.
I don't actually think veterancy is what they think will get people in. I believe the reason, personally, that there's no trade bars for this event is because, remember, they said that they were shifting to running White Strakes multiple times a year now. Like, at least 4 times, I think, is what they were talking about, or like aiming for, was like 2 to 4 times. So having it be cyclical, rather than twice a year with big rewards as a giant event. So I think the thought is to try and make White Strakes feel more like a in-game seasonal piece for the calendar rather than a special event for event burnout.
Okay. So, yeah. So I heard that there was a bug with this, right? The first day that trade bars were dropping. And
I
then,
did not know that.
Yes. So, yeah, there was a bug. Trade bars were dropping, and this upset some people because they were very quick to come out and put up a post that, so we realized that unintentionally we're giving you trade bars. That was not intended, so we will be manually disabling that and enjoy them while you can get them. That didn't quite set well with a lot of people. And apparently, I haven't looked at specific rewards, but there's also nothing new for this White Strakes Mayhem. So, it's like...
There's not, other than the fact that now you can acquire everything from the Impresario.
And what do you use to buy things from the Impresario?
Trade bar, or, well, your, it's your trade bars, right?
Mm-hmm. Think so. What are you not getting from this event?
Trade bars, but how many other ways have we now gotten to get trade bars?
That may be fine, but what if you've spent them on things and you don't have any?
Well, then
this event,
it's just like if you spent them for another event.
right?
The same thing happens to people every event.
2,000 trade bars?
Correct,
Sure.
just for doing Bethesda 40.
Sure. That's all well and good. But if the Impresario is going to be available during this time, then I don't understand the need to not, like, if that's going to be part of the event. Oh, during the event, the merchant that takes your trade bars will be here, but we're not going to let you earn any trade bars. So if you're out of them, tough luck, Buttercup.
But that's because they're trying to pull it back from being one of the annual biannual events into a seasonal in-game piece that will cycle just like Battlegrounds.
Okay, so if it's not going to be an event, don't bring the event merchant.
Why? Because it's still a focus. It's just like the Sheogorath thing. So, like, to me, it's no different than having a Golden Pursuit, or no different than having another event that doesn't give, like, certain things, but that you can still purchase those.
I just think if you're going to have something that is only available during events, then the currency to get the stuff needs to be made available to you during the events. I understand that there's other ways to get it, but if you've tapped out those resources, and because now you have access to the Gold Coast Bazaar, is that what it's called? That you can go and spend those trade bars. It's not unreasonable to think somebody went and bought a bunch thinking, well, when an event rolls around, I can just earn the stuff for the event like I've always done.
And this is where I would call it one of those growing pains switchovers, because there's gonna be people without the trade bars and it going on, and then you'll have people like me who are thinking that, oh no, we're having it 4 times a year now, no one's going to be in PvP because people can go in, it's going to be unpopulated, it's not going to be very fun, it's going to suck. But if you can get everything and you can get them for trade bars and it's 4 times a year, you now know you have 4 times a year to save up those trade bars to get the things.
Yep,
that's fine.
And here's also my caveat. You can still get all of those items by actually just doing PvP during the event.
Yeah, man, that's fine. But again, as we stated, like if this is going to be something that is going to come around regularly, up to 4 times a year. This year is going to be twice, I believe, is what they said. So this is the first, and then one more.
Well,
later.
we've always had it twice a year.
Right. Right. No, I'm saying, but you mentioned 4 times a year. I just read this earlier that
Yeah.
the plan is, the twice this year, and then next year every 3 months is this, how they're planning on working that.
Right.
So if you can get everything, and they're not adding anything new to it, there's going to come a point where people just won't really have any need to do it.
Well, yeah, but they're not adding anything to it now. But that doesn't mean that in the future they're not going to add to it. And maybe one of the reasons why they're putting everything in there right now is so that people can catch up on all of that stuff, so that they can sunset that stuff.
That's
because
true.
that would make sense to me.
That's true. So while we may disagree on, I think, I just think taking the trade bars away, I don't think that was, I personally don't think that's the right move. However, people are upset, and a lot of it I think has to do with because there's so much uncertainty about the direction that things are going, that a lot of people felt like, why not, since you didn't have it taken out for this round, why not just leave it on? Let us get an extra win. Let us, earn that extra stuff this time around. They were quick to fix. They were so quick to fix that. Yet there's things people have been asking about or complaining about for long periods of time that don't seem to get the same kind of attention. That's a point that's a point I've heard made, that you were so quick to fix the thing that players actually were enjoying, rather than fixing the things that are causing us issues.
Well, that's because they're not in the same strain. So that's the thing that I think sometimes gamers forget about, right? Like, an event is toggleable, right? Things in events can be toggled off and on, can be added, subtracted, live as hot fixes. Major bug fixes, or like fixing things like eidetic memory, those are not things that are toggleable. Those are things that require development time and that require QA testing. And we just lost a bunch of QA.
Right.
So I know you're playing devil's advocate and you're telling me all that stuff.
Well,
I guess to me it's just hard because they're not in the same vein. They're not in the same strain.
And I understand that. I'm just saying a lot of people's issue with it is just optics. It just doesn't. It looks bad.
Yeah, I get it. I do think it's also like a squeaky wheel situation. Like, those are the people that are loudest, right?
So, but the thing I was going to say is, they did tell us that, and you mentioned this, but I went back and looked it up, because I wanted to see. I thought I remembered there being something about this. They did tell us that we weren't going to be getting event tickets / trade bars from this event. Mm-hmm. And this was April 20th from Kevin. It's which is the update 50 PTS notes.
Right.
He says, under the header, White Strikes Mayhem runs from April 20th through April 27 on PTS. And then under a couple headings down, what's changed? White Strikes is now a 1-week event. It no longer gives out trade bars, formerly event tickets, through any of its activities while it is live. So they did tell us that was coming. So this, I won't say, to say it shouldn't be a surprise. They did put it on forums.
Right.
The vast majority of gamers probably aren't really on forums, so I don't know that it's entirely fair to say people shouldn't be surprised. But they did. It is documented that they said that this was going to be a change.
Right.
So this isn't them going back on anything or suddenly pulling something. They did say it was going to be this way. Whether I think it's the right move or not, it was announced ahead of time. So I just wanted to put that out there while we discussed, a little bit about it. But I also did want to put it out there that they did tell us this was coming.
Right. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be heated or cause, I mean,
no, that's fine.
we can agree to disagree, right?
Sure.
Like, that's the whole thing about the show. But for me, I guess I just have a hard time Gamers are the type where if you give them an inch, they will take a mile. And I know that because I am one, right? Like, I get it. But I also think that they have given us so many ways to get trade bars right now to catch up. I mean, I literally have 16,000 of them sitting. I just looked a second ago because I was like, how bad is it? Like, you know, and there's 16,000 of them sitting in my inventory right now. So it's like,
Which, to be clear, that does sound like a lot, but the cost of things did, you know,
right,
with that change,
right.
things are 1,000 and 4,000 instead of 1 and 4 now.
Right, but if you look in there right now, like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's like 200, 450. Like, it's, I mean, you can clear out the store pretty easily. I do not know how much each of the individual styles is at the Impresario. I have not looked, but, you know, I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where I am, and maybe this is me, I don't know, getting older or just, you know, I've never really been a FOMO person too much, but like, I just kind of look at it as like, not everybody's going to have the same stuff or have access to the same stuff because people have all played different amount of times. So it doesn't really bug me if, you know, we're not getting some of that stuff, but I completely understand where you're coming from as well.
Yeah,
it's just interesting to me that people got upset about something that wasn't supposed to be there in the first place.
Right.
And then when it's not, here's the other thing too. Like, ZOS had every right to also take those away. They had every right to be like, hey, sorry, this was our bad. We're actually going to take away those trade bars that you earned. But they didn't. They let people keep them and just said, we're turning it off. So, like, to me, that would have been a bigger problem if they had said, we're taking them back, which they totally could have done because they had already put, you aren't getting any from this event. But they
based on Never's initial reaction, I would have thought they did. But no, they didn't, which was nice. They had the right to do that.
Yeah. So I do think that it's a bit of a win for some people in that aspect. But yes, I understand exactly what you're saying. I just get frustrated sometimes when people try and compare things that aren't, not you, but other gamers, you know, try and compare things that aren't comparable or say, oh, you wronged us, when really they didn't do anything that they didn't say they were going to do. But,
right.
Anyway.
Which is why I wanted to put that out there, that
yeah,
they did. But also that I think, I mean, if they're taking them away, whatever. I do still think that if events are going to bring the Impresario, events should, you know, let you earn the currency. But if not, I'm the same as you as far as like, if I don't get stuff, I don't get stuff. It's not a big deal. You know, but that is because that's something that I've heard throughout the week was kind of a sore spot for some people. I just wanted to kind of address it. Actually, was a little bit surprised that you didn't even know about it yet. But
nope.
So there we go.
I had a busy week.
Yeah, life be like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this stuff I just catch because I'm in my car. I'm like, what can I listen to on the way to work? Oh, what's going on with this? Oh, okay, let me see what that's about. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, but anyway, that's that. We can move on from there.
Cool. Ground store showcase, yeah?
Indeed.
Yes.
Okay, so something new for the current changes that are happening to the website and whatnot is there is a new way that the Crown Store showcase is going to be highlighted. It's going to be a less is more sort of situation is what I'll say for right now. So they're working at highlighting some things that will be in the Crown Store throughout the month rather than listing out every individual thing with pictures and stuff like previously. So I think some of that is to promote a cleaner post, and some of it is also hopefully to help people with kind of seeing what's coming but not feeling too overwhelmed by looking at the article, because we know that that can be overwhelming when you're seeing everything that's that's sort of coming. But they do throw a full schedule at the end of everything, but it's just basically the dates and where everything is going. So that I don't know that we'll necessarily go through, because holy moly, it is long. I mean, if you guys want me to go through all of it, I can, but I would say check the website for the bottom of that, but I would love to at least touch on the highlights that are there. So it says, this month in ESO, Sheogorath tours Tamriel with Trouble in Tow. A new PTS update arrives, and of course the Crown Store showcase is restocked with new and returning items. You can check out some of our highlights from the coming month below, but if you'd like to preview everything currently available, visit the in-game Crown Store. Finally, if you like what you see, stock up on crowns via the Buy Crowns page. As always, the Crown Store features a broad selection of collectibles to help you spice up your time in Tamriel. This month begins with the thunderous tread of the brand new War Party Timber Mammoth mount, available from August 6th, and this imposing monster of a mount is the game's first ever 4-person ride, as it allows a driver and up to 3 passengers. Hot on the heels of the new Mammoth is another mount, Ten Mars Fang Sentrat, available on August 13th through September 10th, offering a stealthier way to get around Tamriel. In addition to the above, a host of fan-favorite items will also make their way back to the Crown Store this month. Examples including the Lynchall Grand Manor Home from August 6th to the 20th, and the Grace of the Green Bundle from August 13th to August 27th. I know you both have been excited about that one coming back. The Grace of the Green Bundle contains both the Y'ffre-bound weapon styles and Dringwith, the Valenwood Armorer Assistant, perfect for druids of any circle. Finally, this month also sees the return of some classic crown crates, including 2024's Diamond Anniversary crates from August 20th to September 17th, and 2018's Scale Color crates from August 27th until September 17th as well. Don't forget, this month also features the Straight to the Crate Golden Pursuits campaign, starting on August 20th, which allows you to earn a total of 20 free crown crates by completing in-game activities. More info on that soon. And then after that, it goes into the actual full schedule with the combined list of all the items that are coming to the Crown Store in August of 2026. So this list contains both new and returning items and indicates whether you can enjoy a discount on them with an ESO Plus membership. For more information, though, of course, you can check them out when they come into the in-game store. And we'll have that linked in our show notes, right?
We will, yeah. I'm
Cool.
just looking at this, and it looks like almost everything has an ESO Plus discount.
Yep.
Okay. There's a few things down here that don't. I was going to say, if they're all going to, they could just put that you get a discount on everything, but there's some stuff in here that doesn't include that. Anyway. Yep. So, what do y'all think about this format?
I think that I do miss seeing some of the pictures of stuff that's previewable, but I think if this makes it easier on Dom, then I'm here for it.
Either way, you're going to preview it in the store, in the actual like Crown Store when you're shopping around anyway. So this is fine.
Yeah. So, I think this is fine. The only thing that I would say, which I'm not, I'm not huge on Crown Store stuff anyway, but the one thing I do kind of miss as far as being able to go through this is just new items being highlighted more, like seeing more of those. The stuff that's been there, you can go look that stuff up pretty easily and see what it looks like, just because it's on the internet now. But things that are going to be new, having that stuff. But other than that, when they said that this article was going to change, it kind of sounded like it would like almost not exist anymore. But this is fine. I think it's fine. I think it works.
Yeah, I think it's just to simplify it a little bit, make it a little bit more of a forum style in some ways, and then, allow people to choose what they want to look at in the actual store during the weeks. I think it's also nice that they break it up by week now, as an actual schedule, rather than like houses, mounts. Like, To me, I liked the other way, but also this is a little more convenient to know, okay, the week of August 3rd, this is what's in the Crown store.
Right.
Okay, the week of August, whatever, this is what's in the Crown store. So it lets you see when stuff is changing in and out rather than just previewing all the items and putting the date at the end.
Yep. And for us doing people that do shows like this or whatever, if you're talking about it and after we've read the entire article and we're discussing, oh yeah, I really like that thing. When does it come out again? You have to scroll through and find it in the article. Or now you could just, it's just dated. You just go through and you look at the dates and you see when it's going to come out. So, yeah, I think this is actually fun.
Yep.
So it works. It serves its purpose. It doesn't have as many pictures, but like I said, the pictures for anything that's not new, you can go find that. I think UESP has a lot of that stuff recorded now, if I'm not mistaken.
ESO Hub as well.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
All right, so I just did some, what is it called? Investigative journalism. Because we were talking about you guys were reading that article because we were talking about you two were talking about the trade bars and the impresario. I will never say her name right the first time. I never will. And to start out, I had 2,000 trade bars. So I had 2,000 trade bars in my inventory. And then I entered the Bethesda 40 thing, so then I had 4,000 trade bars in my inventory. Yeah. And then I went over to the impresario and saw how much things cost and how many things I was missing. And there were 63 things that I did not own at 200 trade bars apiece, so I need 12,600 trade bars in order to get everything from the impresario. However, out of curiosity, I went into the tomes, which, by the way, I've only done the Sheogorath quest since I've been back, and some writs. That is literally all I've done. And so now I am at, this is in the time that you guys have literally been reading that article, so now I am at 8,200 trade bars. And I said I need 12,600, so it is a very reasonable, if you just do basic tomes that are on non-premium, to get that many trade bars probably within a day if you needed them.
All right. Well, there we go. You have math now.
That's some good work. You did the math. You were mathing. Thank you.
I was working while you guys were reading.
Did you say there were 63 things available at the impresario now?
That I did not own. Yes.
So there's more
than that. Which is mostly just style pages, and I normally, and I normally avoid the style pages, so I'm not going to get any of those. Some of the scars actually look kind of cool, but
you have me curious how many I'm missing.
Yeah, I don't. The very few of the style pages have I ever actually tried to buy. Every now and then it's like, oh, the chest piece looks cool, but a lot of time, like the waist, you can't hardly even see the waist pieces. So I I don't care about
personally,
those.
If it doesn't help me with writs, I don't care. Yeah.
That's fair.
All right. Well, we have Crown Store stuff, and we have math. Math gonna math.
Math gonna math. Math has made it very clear that it is quite easy to get caught up if you want the things that are at the impresario right now during the White Strakes Mayhem. So.
Well, there you go.
All right.
What's next?
We have a community letter from Nick Giacomini.
Yep.
All right.
It's a little lengthy.
All right.
It's not too bad. The article looks big because of the pictures, but it's actually not too terrible.
Well,
all right.
Do you want to break it up?
Okay.
Every gold text?
Sure.
Cool. A message from ESO's game director. Read a community letter from
Nick Giacomini
about upcoming adjustments, seasonal updates, and our commitment to the future of ESO. When we announced seasons in January, we promised you a new era of transparency. Part of that promise is being open with you as our studio evolves. Recently, we've been through a number of organizational changes and departures of teammates who helped shape the Elder Scrolls Online. We are profoundly grateful for everything they've contributed to the game and the community we've built together. At the same time, we've seen a lot of questions about what these changes mean for ESO, so let me be clear. ESO is here to stay, and our team is dedicated to the future of this game. Our focus hasn't changed. It is continuing to grow the Elder Scrolls Online and build upon the world millions of players call home. Moving forward, I'll be leading the studio alongside longtime ZOS veteran Josh Henderson. You'll hear more from Josh soon, but I want you to know that our shared passion for ESO remains as strong as ever. We love this world, we love this community, and the fire in our team to continue building it burns just as fiercely today as it always has. We're also entering a new chapter of collaboration across Bethesda. By working more closely with Bethesda Game Studios across the Elder Scrolls, we have new opportunities to share ideas, align our efforts, and create even better experiences for players, all while continuing to build the future of ESO.
Evolving our plans. We've said this before, a core part of our philosophy is ensuring that the time you invest in ESO always feels rewarding. And with recent changes to our studio, trying to hit previously announced deadlines would mean sacrificing the quality that you deserve. Therefore, we are establishing a clear principle for how we build and ship content and features moving forward. Quality experiences over calendar dates. Instead of rushing to hit a previously announced deadline, we are giving our teams the runway they need to do things right. Some of our upcoming additions, like the class and combat refresh and our new trial, are highly complex, and we want to ensure they hit the mark before we put them into your hands. Because of this, we have had to make the decision to move the following features into 2027. The new trial, Crimson Belt. We're pushing boundaries with this trial, including mounted combat that we think you'll love, and we simply need more time to ensure the experience exceeds your expectations. Update 52 will move to January of 27. We expect this to include the launch of the Gerald Pass PvP zone and Skyrim's dynamic encounters, Rhymegels. For the class and combat refresh, we are targeting 2027 for the next refresh. However, we are discussing some interim options for the classes, still awaiting their full refreshes to improve your player experiences in the meantime. We know it's disappointing. Sorry, scrolled the wrong way. We know it's disappointing to see some features move out, and believe me, we want to give these into your hands as soon as possible too. But we believe this is the right move for the long-term health of the game.
What to expect in 2026. While those specific features are shifting, the rest of our 2026 roadmap remains packed. Here's what you can expect from our upcoming seasons. Season 1. Update 51 will now launch 1 week later on September 28th, and it will include a new challenge, the Nowhere Vault, a new game system, Rumors, player experience improvements, achievement pinning, customizable HUD on your keyboard platforms, hybridization, antiquities improvements, transmute stations in Cyrodiil, and multiple quality of life updates like housing tab sorter, quest starter language, and eidetic memory improvements. Everything else in Season 1 will run as planned, along with the few additions to thank you for your patience. Live now, the Sheogorath story quests and Golden Pursuit. August 5th through 12th, White Strikes Mayhem. August 20th through September 17th, a brand new Golden Pursuit called Straight to the Crate, where you can earn up to 20 free crown crates. And September 30th through October 14th, the new High Seas of Tamriel event. 3-sided battlegrounds will return permanently on September 28th with Update 51. Season 2, launching October 21st of 2026, will feature Solo Dungeons, Moonhunter Keep, and the March of Sacrifices. And to celebrate the launch of Solo Dungeons, we've decided to make the group versions of these dungeons free for all players on October 12th, 2026. The Greymoor chapter and Markarth DLC will become free for all players on November 9th, and we're adding a new Golden Pursuit to highlight Skyrim and the now available to everyone Antiquities system from November 9th to December 2nd. Improvements to the Tamriel Tome, including expanded challenges for broader playstyles, higher tome point rollover caps, and more. The Frost Atronach Crate rewards will also be available in the Gold Coast Bazaar, and Witches Festival and the New Life Festival events will return as usual.
Continuing to grow ESO with you. We've had bumps in the road over our 12-year history that we've always faced together. As our studio evolves, we are not looking to just maintain the game. We are looking to grow it. You, our community, are the reason we have grown over the years, and we want to keep growing with you. Moving forward, our principles are simple. We will continue to build fun and rewarding experiences through our seasonal model, deliver long-standing player-requested features and changes that make Tamriel more fulfilling, and find new ways to provide you with features and content to keep your adventures fresh. As we finalize our plans through 2027 and beyond, we're still hard at work bringing you all new experiences in Skyrim, never before seen in the Elder Scrolls Online. We'll be showing you more of this content over the coming months. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. ESO is nothing without you. Our community, thank you for your continued dedication, your feedback, and your support. Let's continue to build our Tamriel together. Nick G., ESO Game Director.
Alright, peeps. What are we feeling about this?
Well, we've had a whole month to feel all the feels about everything.
We have, pretty much. Yeah. This came out back on the 30th. So, it wasn't too long ago. It was a couple weeks ago at this point. Because it's the 10th. But it feels like it's been out for longer than that.
It does, because the announcements and everything and the layoffs and
Yep.
It happened right before the tavern. We were so
Yep.
it's just, it's been going on a while, and
I think we were all waiting for this letter, and it took a while for it to hit. But now that it's hit, I'm glad that they didn't send it too early. Is my personal opinion. But yeah, I don't know. Just I wasn't trying to cut you off, Glenn.
Oh no, you're fine. My brain was forming the thought still anyway.
It's okay.
What are we going to call it? The war mammoth in the room that we really haven't been talking about because there hasn't been anything official, and we tend to only just read the official news.
Mm-hmm.
And that is their official statement from it for the time being, and to see what is going to be going forward. So, yeah. I like seeing something tangible. It's nice having a checklist and tangible things.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about this letter, Never? What are your opinions?
I don't know. A lot of it is, yeah. Sometimes I wonder how much of this stuff is just PR. You know, that they've got to say something, and I don't. Not that means it's not what they're saying. You know, doesn't hold some truth or whatever. But it's.
Well, I mean, it's for sure PR. Like, media training is what it is. As large companies, they have to do that. But I do think that Nick's probably speaking from his heart here on things, you know.
Yeah, I guess my concern is, like roughly a year ago, we kind of heard the same sort of thing, right? And now two of the three of those, you know, folks are going to be gone. So
I wouldn't say it was quite the same, but carry on.
Well, just in terms of, we've got new leadership and we're so excited, and you know, we're going to do all of these things. I'm not saying this is a one-to-one comparison, but we know things are coming in the future too. So uh, that's in the back of my head, and who knows what that's going to look like. But Microsoft has already said things.
Yeah, they've already said they're going to lay off another 3,200 people, 1,600 people.
Yeah. So it's hard to know how confident to be in something like this. And I've heard some people have speculation too that, they mentioned in an article that they are partnering with Bethesda. A lot of people think that they're pulling people off of ESO to go and work on, almost at Skyrim, but it's the Elder Scrolls 6. So there's fears that that's happening. I'm not saying it is, and I'm not saying I'm giving into those fears or anything like that. Just that is things that I hear because I try to keep up with what's happening and what people think about things a little bit where I can.
Well, that was the concern with Blackbird too.
Yeah. So, it's just hard for me to, take this and, have the, warm fuzzies and feel all confident because, it's Microsoft we're talking about. And that may not sound good coming from us, but it's not my job to pat Microsoft on the back.
Yeah, no, I don't think that, I think it's good to be critical.
So, I understand that things are going to take a little longer, at least in the short term, as far as, if, I think small teams can still do good things. I know a lot of games that have small teams and do good things, so I don't have any doubt that they have the potential to do it. It just may take a little while to kind of find a rhythm with having to restructure who's doing what and that kind of thing. But hopefully they'll kind of get a good rhythm and they'll get the people that need to be doing certain roles in place and they can stick to that. And I think it's not going to be a pleasant experience if we have to wait 3-4 years for all the classes to get their refreshes, because people that play the classes that do get them get the fun shiny things, and the people that don't are going to be going, I don't have that yet.
I don't necessarily think that it's going to be 3 or 4 years. Right?
I know. I'm just speaking kind of in hyperbole a little bit.
Yeah.
If things keep
the
getting
fact that
pushed
the
back.
timeline is pushed back. Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll start to see some positive things, and that's not directed at the developers.
No.
That's just at the company studio as a whole. Like, hopefully we start seeing things going in a good direction for them, and some of the chaos will settle down a little bit, because that's what it sort of feels like. There's been a lot of chaos.
Mm-hmm. So my personal feeling is I always would rather have quality over pushing out content quickly.
I agree.
I think what is refreshing about this is the fact that they have identified the fact that their studio has now less bodies, and that even though that they know that there were expectations of timelines and timing and things like that, that they are willing to say, hey, now that we're smaller, we are still taking the opportunity, because we talked about being so passionate about having this new feedback loop for our players, that we know that players don't want more things half-assed. They would rather have 1 or 2 things in better shape. And I think the fact that they're still carrying on with that, but also saying, hey, there's not as many of us, so just so you know, we need to take a little bit longer to do this so that we can still put out the quality pieces that you, the players, deserve and want. I will always massively respect somebody who does that, because in those instances, to me, that's a whole, like, hey, we know we might lose some people and we know that we're sacrificing something by saying this, but also we care enough about the IP, we care enough about the player base in a lot of ways that we don't want to give them something that's garbage, or at least try to avoid it the best that we can. I heard a stat, I don't know how true it is, but I heard a stat that the studio is now back to the size that it was when it delivered Somerset and Orsinium and Morrowind, which
That
those are
is
all some of the...
something that we were told during the tavern from one of the devs.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know, that is something that, like, to me still gives hope as well, because those are some of the best content pieces I personally feel in the game. So we know that it's possible to produce really quality stuff with a dev team that size. And that's like why I was talking about earlier, like I'm making an actual effort to go on PTS and to test stuff and to help out and to do things, because I want them to be successful through all these changes, you know? So for me, I thought this was a good way of stating all of this personally. I also think that they learned a lot with the DK class refresh about what players wanted and didn't want, and I think that they know that, and that's the other reason why they're like, hey, we could push out class reworks, but like it's not going to be fully what we want it to be realized as, and because of that we want to make sure that it takes that it takes us a minute to check the balancing and check everything and the visuals and all of that stuff. And I think that that's a good thing to be aware of, you know, like they had ideas for these classes, but then seeing what the changes were that came from DK and what the feedback was from that, I think now they're looking at some of these other classes differently, which is why they said, you know, they were swapping around which ones they were doing at which time, which we talked about on a previous show. But I
Oh, did they say that?
mm-hmm.
I guess I'm forgetting that.
Yep, they rearranged which classes were getting moved to certain, like the order of the rework at one point, because they wanted certain classes to have probably a longer term focus due to certain elements that they were looking at adjusting, right? And the other thing too is we have to remember they're building all of this in and dealing with PvP balancing and vengeance and all of that stuff too at the moment. So it's not as easy as just a visual and, you know, numbers refresh. They've got a lot more into it than that. So, and especially with some of those classes that heavily rely on hybridization, or like heavily can use hybridization, like the Warden, you know, they're changing and adding some of those new, like, we have new ingredients that we're adding to alchemy, and now, you know, certain Mundus stones are gonna be combining certain things, and that's all big changes that roll into that too. So I appreciate that. I also, to pivot for a second, really love how he subtly name dropped a whole bunch of stuff and like gave us little like sneaky peekies at a bunch of this. Like we knew about Crimson Veld, but we did not necessarily know that there was mounted combat in it. I think that's a great little Easter egg. We also got the name of the dynamic encounters, and we got confirmation, which we all knew that they were probably going to be in Skyrim, but we got the name of it, the Rime Gales. And then we also got the name of the Gerald Pass PvP zone, which may have been mentioned at one point. I know on a stream, I think at one point Wheeler had been maybe in there.
Well, it's officially Skyrim now.
Yeah. So
I mean, we all kind of figured Skyrim, but it hadn't been name dropped as Skyrim yet.
Right.
Well,
and
is the PvP zone in Skyrim too?
Yeah, the Gerald Pass is.
Okay.
Well, okay, wait, no, the Gerald Pass is technically between Bruma and the Pale, right? Like it's like up there at the top of Cyrodiil, if I remember correctly.
It's like where you would go through, where you would get caught crossing the border type of thing.
Yeah.
So
The Jarl Mountains, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ryman's asking on which hi Ryman is
Hi,
asking
Ryman.
is asking wasn't the mounted combat shown at the tavern?
Maybe it was, but I did not get to see that video, so for me, that was new information.
Okay. Yeah, I remember hearing something about mounted combat, but
I mean, we all kind of knew there was going to be mounted combat as soon as we got the 4-person war mount. As soon as that was announced, and like the war party mount, like yeah.
I mean, perhaps we didn't know though that you'd be able to use it in a dungeon. There's very few dungeons you can actually.
The dungeon is cool though. That is definitely something we did not know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, rhyme gales. Do you know what rhyme is? I actually had to look this up because I'm a southerner, so living in Florida, I didn't know what rhyme was. But once I saw a picture of it, I went, oh yeah.
It's when two words sound the same.
Yeah, when they sound the same, or when fog or humidity gets blown around and then freezes in whatever shape, or like freezes around an item. So like up on the top of mountains, if you see a sign and it has the icicles that aren't going down but they're literally going like back because of wind blowing, and it just building up on the back, that's what rime is. Okay. So I'm anticipating, no inside knowledge here, I promise, I'm anticipating some sort of like a dynamic encounter where you're in like a giant whiteout storm and then like something happens that you have to
excuse me, I do not need to experience winter inside while I am experiencing winter outside.
Well, you're probably going to, so I don't know, but yeah. So I got really excited that they name dropped that, and that they name dropped the new PvP zone, which we know is going to be a smaller PvP zone. And I liked that we got some stuff that they were listening, because like 3-sided battlegrounds, people have been asking for that. That's a nice new thing. So, and I think that the Golden Pursuit campaign about the crown crates is a pretty sweet reward too. So.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Just add to my my collection.
Yeah. So, yeah. As far as mentioning the team size and things like that, I definitely am not as concerned about the team size in terms of what they are able to deliver. Again, based on the fact that they have the same size team that's put out full chapter content in the past, but also just going back to what I said, and I never quite understood, because I think they in the past they even talked about after some of their cuts that the studio was going to be leaner, and I always wondered kind of, okay, what does that really mean? But I've heard other developers from other games talk about this a little bit, so it kind of helps if anybody's ever wondered that. Maybe I'm the only one that didn't quite get it, but essentially when you have less people, it's kind of the too many cooks in the kitchen idea. Like the more cooks you have, maybe you cook more food, but you got too many hands in the soup and it might not taste good. And that's not necessarily the best way to put it, but you have less people that have to approve everything, if that makes sense. So that's why I said if they can get people into a good spot, and this is their area of expertise, then hopefully the idea would be that those people can then get into a rhythm of doing the things that need to be done, and we'll start to see a better flow of content once they've kind of gotten into that rhythm. Because there are a lot of games out there made by small teams, and it's not a detriment to those people that's how they work, because they don't have to get approval from 100 people above them. They just, they go, okay, this is what you wanted from me. Here it is. Okay, let's go. Let's do the next thing. And so I think if things can just settle, then I think we can start to see things moving in the right direction. We just kind of have to get to that point.
Agreed. Alright, well, anything else about this that we want to chat about?
I think we've talked about it enough.
Cool. On to the... Do we want to do the meet the character? Do we want to let it go? We've been going for an hour and 20.
We could leave the meet the character for next week, because who knows? Maybe we'll get a lot of crazy news, but if we're already dedicating everything to Sheo next week, and this is definitely Sheo based,
Yep.
we could just have a Sheo Gorath episode next week, it sounds like.
Sure.
We could definitely not do this tonight.
Knock it off till next week.
This one is okay with waiting till next week.
Yeah. I do like that character, though.
She's nuts, and I love her.
I definitely will say, well, I won't say. I'll save it for next week. Anyway.
Not is mad, like Mad Sheo Gorath himself.
Yeah.
Someone gave the cat the nip.
The skooma.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised she doesn't have white stuff all over her face. Bless her. The moon sugar is much for her.
We all love Noth. That is the one thing we'll be able to agree on. Everything else we'll find it. You'll have to wait till next week to find out.
You need to listen to her. You have the last thing to do. Never. You should listen to her dialogue in there because she's funny.
Oh, I definitely will listen to her dialogue. She's been maybe the highlight for me as far as that quest goes.
More on that next time.
Yeah. All right. Well, just a quick update. I've only stepped into the Shivering Isles, and then I think I had to log off. And so when I log back on, I'm no longer there. But in the brief time I was there, I did not see a single Dwemer.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be the place to find them, though.
Yeah, I was like, all right. You said you haven't played Oblivion, right?
Correct.
Oh boy. Shivering Isles, they're an interesting place.
Yes, it is.
All right. It's time for no
The
more
only
murder
part of
horrors.
Oblivion that I actually have played.
The Shivering Isles?
Yeah, no, when I originally played Oblivion, I got the copy with the Shivering Isles because I knew I liked Sheo Gorath from Skyrim, right? And so I got the one with the Shivering Isles, and immediately, completely accident. I didn't know anything. I wasn't looking at game guides or whatnot. I was completely offline back then. And I got out of the sewers and into the Shivering Isles, and then I never played anything else. All I played was the Shivering Isles. I never played the rest of the game.
That's fairly impressive.
Yeah. So now I need to play the rest of the game eventually, but Shivering Isles were great.
Well, maybe one day they'll release that cross-play multiplayer mod for Skyrim and Oblivion.
But until that day, if you were recruited by a cultist to help someone, would you?
Depends on the cultist.
Depends on who I'm helping.
Yeah.
Am I?
You mean you're not going to be the nice little paladin and just help the person because someone needs help?
Well, that's why I said, if am I being recruited by a cultist to help someone offer sacrifices to Daedric princes, or am I being recruited by a cultist to help someone who needs to be saved from being sacrificed by other cultists? I would help the person being sacrificed, sure.
Help them get sacrificed, or
No,
help
no, no.
them?
Help free them from being sacrificed. I do not generally approve of the sacrifice of humanoid beings. I don't know how to say that.
Men or mer?
There we go. Men or more.
But goats, you're okay with goats?
I mean, I'm not really into the whole sacrifice thing, but you know, I mean,
I'm trying to figure out where you draw the line
I
here.
do eat meat. I don't particularly want to eat, you know, I don't want to sacrifice an animal like on an altar for the purpose of, you know, but I do like tasty cow. I don't know about goat. So
Yeah, I don't know.
how about you, Gwen?
Well, yeah, someone needs help. Why wouldn't I help them? It's the right thing to do.
What if, let me throw you a curveball. What if I was recruited by a cultist to help save someone from the Black Sacrament, which you were recruited to perform?
As long as a soul goes to Sithis, the Sithis doesn't care what soul goes to Sithis. It could be that cultist that recruited you. Theirs could be the soul going to Sithis. You're helping the person how they not necessarily the way they asked you to help them, but you are helping them.
Free the person, kill the cultist too. Got it. Yeah. Ryman says, Fungal Grotto 1 story be like.
That's true.
Right.
True dat.
Well, alright, if you guys have answers for the murder herbers, no more murder hobos, then you can send those in to us a couple different ways. You can send them to us through email, snugpodcast@gmail.com. You can send them to us on the socials at snugpodcast. And you can leave comments on the YouTube or the podcast formats you choose to listen to. I think we see Spotify comments. I don't know about others. But you can leave comments on those. And if you want to, if you're not watching this live and you want to, twitch.tv/snugpodcast, or just search Snug Podcast on YouTube. Or if you're watching live, you can also, or watching it back later, you can find us on your podcast app if you prefer to do that. What else you got for us, ladies, before we go?
Announcements?
Yeah, I didn't forget those.
Nah, you didn't forget them. It was just funny because you did social media. It was nice and flawless.
Yeah, I just flowed right into it. That's why I just kept
That's
on
right.
rolling.
Yeah. If you'd like to join us on the PlayStation side of things, we've got some events that go on during the week. We have our Treacherous Tuesday, which is when we encourage everybody to group up for dungeons, meet together. There's no formal time for this. There is a sign up in Discord, but it's meant just to show people what roles they might want to do. And as a reminder that it's a Tuesday, because sometimes we all forget what day of the week it is, so it'll ping you if you've signed up. Thursday nights, we have the Relic Seekers of Tamriel. We have that at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, with JT and Pocket Lightning, and they will look for things all over Tamriel. Furnishings, antiquities, achievements, whatever you kind of need. They'll meet at the house in the Gold Coast. Or sorry, yeah. Gold Coast? Yeah, they're
Yes,
meeting
Gold
at
Coast.
they're meeting at JT's house. So that's where they pick up for that stuff. And then we also have Fearless Friday with Arthuria Dragoon, where we are...
Undaunted. Undaunted. We are undaunted.
We are undaunted.
I was so
Yes,
excited to do it, I just did it the right way.
I love it. So that's at 7 p.m. Central as well, or 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Group up, run the Undaunted Daily Delves and Dungeons, have a good old time with your fellow lore seekers. Arthuria, the last few weeks, just for an awareness for everybody, Arthuria hasn't been able to do that sometimes on Fridays, but she will always hop into the chat and encourage people to still group up. So don't be shy. Start a group if she's not
Don't
there.
be daunted by joining a group.
Yeah, don't be daunted.
Be undaunted.
Be undaunted, yes. And then, of course, you can check out the Lore Seekers Discord if you're in it for other events on our respective platforms. Something else that I'm going to mention while I'm here, I'm finally trying to catch up on stuff from our guild meeting. So we have been looking at ways to help with calendars for the events across all the platforms, and then also sharing multi-platform things. So as soon as we
guild
get
meeting happened like 5 months ago at this point.
It did not. It happened at the end of July.
No, it did not.
June. The end of June. Happened at the end of June.
It happened before I left the country.
Right. It happened in June. Yes, but also I went on vacation as well, and then there was a lot of things that happened. So
it was like June June 18th, June 19th. It was June 19th.
It was June 20th.
20th. Yes, it was a Saturday.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
I'm only one woman here, so
fine.
But yeah, so keep an eye out on the Discord. There might be things adjusting and changing and whatnot as we try and help with reminders for things. So, yeah. How do they join us if they want to join us in the guild? Where they can find that Discord?
They can find us at loreseekers.club and then follow the link. Apply, fill out an application, and we'll see if you mesh with us, we mesh with you, and you'll generally have a response within 24 to 48 hours.
I have one quick thing that I want to say, really quick, in case anybody that listens to the show had it happen to them. This week we did have to go on a little ban spree and get rid of some accounts, I guess, that had been in the Discord but had never selected roles and had never actually applied to the guild, and that's because they made it into the Discord and sat in the limbo spot, but that still allowed them to DM people personally for art commissions, and I'm so sorry about that. So if you were one of those people, apologies, and it's taken care of now. Hooray. And thanks if you're one of the people that reported it to me, because I didn't get a DM, so I wouldn't have known. So, yeah, sorry about that. Things happen. As much as our Discord is, like, fairly locked down, you know, it still is accessible to get in there to apply. So, that just is what it is.
And just as a public service announcement, Discord's not super secure, so just be careful what information you put on there.
Yeah, two-step authentication is your best friend.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's it. Unless you've got something.
I don't know.
To Dolly! Oh my gosh. She's sitting next to me.
I still have like 3 more traditional furnishing spaces that I can put stuff into the Snugpod. I have been trying to fill this thing.
She's looking at me. I'm so nervous. I love her so much.
We all love Tadali.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the Tadali hat does fit Jinx, in case you were curious.
Oh
but,
my
yeah,
gosh.
We can finish wrapping this up now.
I love it.
All right, everybody. We definitely thank you for hanging out with us. If you've given us this much of your time, thank you. And we hope it's been fun, a little informative. Know that we all love each other, even though we sometimes sound like we are trying to stab each other. Apparently, you know, I don't know. I guess I missed that, but
Res, please.
But yeah, we all, you know, just thank you for letting us be part of your day. Hopefully it was good, and we'll try to be back to do this again next week. Talk about some Sheo stuff and any other important news that may come up between now and then. But until then, take care of yourself, take care of others, be a decent person, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Sleep well, Tamriel.